Guten Morgen. How are you doing? Hi, Rubes. How are we? I'm a little bit early, so I'm just gonna have a couple more slugs of tea. Have a lie down though when you're ready. Girly. Oh, yep, just walk over me, thanks. Right. Let's get going. I'm going to do something slightly different with you today. Something that I've been taught recently. And I was just walking the dog and I was like, I just really feel compelled to share it with you. Let's get going in our normal way though. So, nice deep breaths. Breathing down into your lower belly. And then checking in with how you feel. This is going to be really important for what I want to go through with you. So, how do you feel mentally? Remember, try and answer that from your heart, not from your head. And how do you feel physically? And what are you going to do for yourself today? Hi, little beansy. Okay, so I asked you how you feel physically. Important question. Let's say you go away, you're wet. Go away, go away, go away. Let's say you, I don't know, your hip hurts or your shoulder hurts, or I quite often get like a tightness through my side here. And what do? We try and like push into it, stretch it, move it, strengthen it, wiggle it. Take painkillers to like suppress the pain. I'm not saying that there is anything wrong with those. There 100% is not. However, you might find that there is something that like keeps on reoccurring. So like, so this tightness that I get through my right side, I have had it for years. And it comes and it goes and it comes and goes. And recently various things have happened, it keeps coming back. And someone said to me, Izzy, of course it's going to keep coming back because you just ignore it. Oh, yes, I have done for a very long time. Like, I've been to physios. They've done this, they've done that, blah, blah, blah. But it keeps coming back and it keeps coming back. And they were like, why don't you just sit with it and acknowledge it? And then, absolutely balmy, they were like, why don't you appreciate it? And I was like, what? Why would I appreciate pain? And they were like, there is something about it that, like, it's picking up a pattern and it's trying to protect you. So this person just said to me, you just sit, lie, stand, whatever it is, with your hand like just resting on it. You don't even have to do that, but as we're lying down. So if there is something that keeps coming back, that like you just maybe feel today, it's the first time you felt it, that's cool, then let your hand just rest on it. And then allow the like warmth of your hand to melt down. You can like go straight onto your skin, you don't move those that way. And then just take a couple of breaths. This, I will warn you, can bring up some emotion. So just stay how you feel comfortable. If it's too much, stop, breathe, move, refresh. It's something that you can keep coming back to if you feel it's beneficial to you. And then just the phrase that I was given, and you can say it in your head, you can say it out loud, is, so let's say it's right hand side pain. I won't go into muscles. Psoas pain. I acknowledge you and I love you. Hip pain. I acknowledge you and I love you. Just say that to yourself a couple of times, whatever area it is. That pain might intensify if it's the first time that you've kind of like checked in with it, noticed it, acknowledged it. Or you might start to feel it just melt away. And then you can do that, like if you're doing it again, for as long as you need to. So I get quite anxious, I get really stuck in my head. Sometimes I will just have my hands on my head and I'm like, busy head, I love you and I appreciate you. Or I love you and I see you. And it's not like a gripping of my hands on my head, it's just softening into it. If you feel really like heartbroken or like you feel it in your heart, you can do that. You can literally do it anyway. It's acknowledging how you feel. And then because we like to move, once you've sat with it, and we do this sometimes anyway, just move in a way that you feel that you need to move. There is literally no right way or wrong way. It's almost like you're nurturing whatever it is that's talking to you. Just wiggle, stretch, move, open. And it's something that, you keep moving, I'm going to talk to you. It is something that, so for example, when I was younger and I hurt my back, I would feel a twinge, and then I would, sorry, this car just pulled in my driveway. I would feel a twinge, and then I would go straight into fear, and then that pain would get worse and worse and worse because I got more and more and more tense. If it's all practice, it's totally all practice. If you can acknowledge as quickly as you can, and going into my head, it's like, I can't explain it, what it's like. It feels like my brain is expanding. Okay, I love you and appreciate you. It will soften. In your back, in your hip, like wherever it is, it's bringing the awareness, it's stopping the like rapid increase of fear that can happen and allowing you to just like stop, pause, retake, see what's going on. I very much appreciate that this hasn't been a normal Friday morning, but I felt so compelled to share it because it's such a useful tool. Some of you might be like, she has gone off her rockers, this is absolute mumbo jumbo. I fully appreciate that, that's cool. But I trust that it will help in various ways and will just be beneficial to you. I am so passionate about like just being curious about the body. Like we have, well, I have especially, I kind of feel we all have been brought up like, if this is wrong, do that. Or like, if this is painful, do that, do that, do that. And I've learned over the years it doesn't always work like that. Oh no. So yeah, just like softening stuff that like whatever it is, I love you and see you, I love you and acknowledge you, I love you and appreciate you, and just feel that sense of like calmness and release. Right, you have got Neve tomorrow morning. If you feel like you still need to move, you've got so many videos to go back to. Sending you so much love.